Hello guys, Trench J here, and today I'm going to show you some of the finer points of the Falsebook plugin for buckets. Obviously it's been on the server for a little while, and some of you have got to grips with some of the features such as gates and lifts, but there is so much more in this plugin. There's integrated circuits for you redstone people out there, which I'm going to show you first. There's Minecart Control. There's things called cauldrons, which can break stuff back. Basically it means you can make your own crafting recipes. You just chuck the stuff into a cauldron, right click the block, and it generates a new block. There's also, like I said, there's gates, but there's also bridges, toggleable areas, and a few other things. So first things first, I'm going to go through some of these integrated circuits that are in Falsebook, and some of these sensors that you can use to trigger redstone circuits rather than just a button or things like that. So let's pop into Minecraft and we'll carry on. Right, here we go then. This is my little testing area that I created on the server, a nice flat land for me to muck about on. And I'm going to show you a few sensor ICs from Falsebook. As you can see here, this is how the ICs are set up. You have a nice block. It can be anything you want. Sign on the front that tells it what IC it is, and then you need a lever on the back. This is what sends the redstone power out. So first off, we have a block sensor MC0263. The one here is the offset on the y-axis, which is up and down, that it's going to check for. So 1 means it's actually going to check on top of the block. And then at the bottom is the block that it is actually going to be looking for. So 3514 is red wall. So it's block ID and then data value. So if we put red wall on there, the door opens. Obviously very handy if you're, say, making a nice catacombs or a dungeon map, and you might have to find the wall blocks as keys, say, to open the doors, and like with the data value, put yellow wall on there and it won't work. So the next one, this is a nice simple one. This is it day 0230? Obviously at the moment the sun is in the sky, so it is day, so the door is open. If I was to change it to night time, the door will close. It's as simple as that. This will be handy, say for example, if you've got a shop, a chest shop we got running, and it's residents, so people can't get through the door normally. You can set it so it is only open during daylight hours, as normal shops would be. Right, next up we have this one, detection, MC0271. On this one, the radius here is how far around the block that it's going to check. So it's checking 3 blocks around. So I'd have to move to about there before it would detect me. What you can do with this, you can offset it. So like here is 3. So it's going to take 3 blocks around. But say you wanted this buried in the ground so you couldn't see it. You could actually put 3, which is the radius that it's going to search for, and then put equals 0 is basically x, y, z. So if you were to put 0, comma, no, not comma, colon 5 colon 0, it would detect in the 3 block radius, but 5 blocks above that block. Okay, and obviously with the X and the Z, you can offset it left and right if you wanted to as well. And then on this one, at the bottom, I've got player here, but that can be hostile mobs, passive mobs, an individual mob, for example. So like here, I'm 3 blocks away, it detects me and it opens the door, and I move away. This one is a more specific version of the detection circuit, MC0272. Again, radius, same as before, but on this one, you put P, comma, and then a specific player's name, and then it will detect that player. This one you may have seen on my Ultimate Security house. I made a house completely disappear when I walked away from it, using the Falsebook toggleable areas, which I will go into later. So this is a very handy little circuit. You can make extremely private things. This one, pretty self-explanatory, water sensor, MC0260. Again, the radius on the next line, and that's the only option you need. So let me get my blocks. At the moment it's checking 1 block above, so we put the water there and it opens up. And obviously exactly the same thing with lava, and that's MC0261. This last one again is a weather thing, like the is it day. This is it rainy? No option at all. But if we change it to weather storm, it didn't work. Ah, yes, I know why. I can't actually change it to rainy on here. There is a separate one. There is it rainy? Is it sunny? Is it stormy? Different IC numbers. But because I put storm, and storm would indicate lightning, it's not setting it off. So you can have different circuits. I mean, using say Falsebook, you could have a house with, say, an open ceiling, and if it rains, then maybe a parasol or something like that will appear in the world. So there you go. There's a few of the detection ICs. Like I said, there are tons of them. There's about 90 odd different integrated circuits. Some of them that you don't have access to. There are quite a few world edit integrated circuits that will automatically generate blocks, automatically change blocks, do teleportation, spawn mobs and things like that. You do not have access to those. They are admin only integrated circuits. So there's the ICs. Next we're going to go on and look at toggleable areas. So see you in a minute. Okay guys, so here's the next part of the tutorial. This is going to go into toggleable areas. Toggleable areas are relatively simple to do. All you do is use a wooden hoe, and you need to create a cuboid like you would normally do for, say, residence or world edit, something like that. So I've selected the two opposite corners of the cuboid that I want to toggle on and off. And then I'm going to use F area, which means Falsebook area, and then a name for it. So in this case, we'll just call it test. There we go, the Falsebook area saved as test. Now to toggle these on and off, we want to do test, which is the name, and then toggle on the second line. Done. And then when you right click on it, toggleable area. And the best thing about this is, which a lot of these plugins can't do, so for example, we'll take one of them, one of them, one of them, one of them. We'll chuck it all in the chest. And we'll also lock it. Why not? Oh, take it off. Do that again. Right, it's locked. Toggle it off. Toggle it back again. Yeah, unfortunately, signs do not work. But obviously, hopefully, you've got this. Got your place of residence, but the contents of the shelves are fine. So you couldn't do this. You couldn't make, say, a magical disappearing shop like in Discworld, because it just simply wouldn't work, because all the signs would get messed up. So yeah, apart from signs, though, pretty much everything else works just fine. And the cool thing about this is these signs can actually be redstone powered as well. So there you go. So now you see, using the player detection circuit, like I showed you previously, you could actually make this disappear and reappear whenever you are near. So there you go, and that's toggleable areas. Nice and easy. And now I think we're going to go on to a bit of Minecart Control. Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of the Falsebook tutorial. What I'm going to do now is show you a bit of a minecart. Actually, it's not part 2, is it? It's part 3. What an idiot. So part 3, Minecart Control. This is my little test track I've set up here to show you what's going on. So let's get down to the level. Turn off creative, or I'll bugger everything up. Right, first off, we've got the cart generator. These signs don't mean anything. You don't have to put these here, but I just put them there to help the video. Right, so first off, you need an iron block. That is the cart generator, and also a sorter. I'll show you that later. So the cart generator, underneath that you want this. This is a sign with a cart written on the second line down. Now, what you have to bear in mind is, with the cart sign and the station sign and most of the other signs, the cart will be generated, or the cart will move away from the sign. So the sign is facing in that direction. That means the cart will be generated there. And the cart will be generated 2 blocks away. So 1, 2, it will be generated here. So yeah, sign with cart on it, iron ore on the top, and then a chest with mine carts in it. That's probably the most important part. And then obviously you can link it up to redstone. What you can do, you can either, I've got redstone connected directly to the chest here, but you can connect the redstone to the sign if you'd like to hide it. So you push that and bang, the minecart gets generated on there. And that brings us to this block here, which is the station block. This one is obsidian with the rail on top, and underneath it, simply station. And then what a station will do is it will basically, if a minecart's moving across it, it will stop it dead in its tracks, and when it receives power, it will shoot it off in the direction that it came into it from. So if I were to push the button now, the cart will shoot off, go round my little track, and it'll actually stop here because I need this to show you something later. So that's another station I just put there, and then it gets sucked back into the chest. So you'll never lose your carts, it will go round and then come back there. Next one along is the eject blocks. Yes, I am, Jad, I'm filming, right. The eject blocks is a coal block with track on it, obviously, and then the sign underneath it saying eject. Now, again, what this is going to do is going to eject the player 1 block back from where the sign is. Again, the sign is facing that way, so it will eject the player backwards towards that way. That's why there's an extra little block there. So if I were to just show you this quickly, we'll generate a cart, I'll jump in, I'll push the button, bang, it ejected me onto that block there, and there goes the cart back round. Let's get this back where it needs to go. Right, next up, a couple of easy ones, no signs required here. Soul sand, 50 time break block will show the cart, slow the cart down. Gold block, 8 times booster block. You can use gold ore and it's only a 2 speed, and this you can use gravel and that's a 25 break. So next, message emitter. Quite simple. On this one you just put you know what, I can't even, print, sorry, yes. On the first line of this one you put print in square brackets and then the message underneath. This is a test message, hello, and when you go over that block in a cart, that message will appear in the chat window. Oh no, I won't show you that just yet. Let me just make it day again. Yeah, I won't show you that just yet because I'll show you that in a moment. Right, now this is a sort block. Now this is obviously netherrack, as you can see there, and as you can see, is what it is. The sort block doesn't actually do anything to the block that it's on. It will affect the block in front of it. So this sort block is going to affect this here. And what you can do with a sort block is give it different parameters. So so one thing will go this way, one thing will go this way, and then if it's neither of those things, it goes straight on. So if we look at the sort block that I've got here, I've got sort and then storage, which is going to the left. So the third line is what's going to the left, and powered is what's going to the right. Now there are many different parameters you can put in here. You can actually say, for example, you're trying to sort out some kind of automatic, you know, mining system with storage minecarts, for example. You can actually put in here. So if a storage minecart has got a certain block in it, it will go left. If it's got another block in it, it will go right. Or it can check whether a player is holding a certain item. So say, for example, you're making a train station with many different destinations. You could simply set it up so he could have, say, a different block of coloured wall for different destinations, and it would automatically sort out which way he's going. So if I just give you a quick demonstration of this, let me give myself a storage minecart and a powered minecart. Now obviously you've seen me do normal ones, you just see them, they go straight ahead and go round. So if I were to use this one, the storage minecart, it would go left around there, and if we look here you can see it's changed it to left, and if I were to put this down, give it a little push, it'll go that way and it'll go round that way. So quite handy those. Right, this is a collector block. Collect in square brackets, on the second line, and then the ID of the block. So what that's going to do is if a storage minecart goes past this, it will take out all the dirt that's in that storage minecart. So if I grab myself another storage minecart, I'll stick it there. We'll put some dirt in it. There we go, and we'll send it on its way. That will go down there. It's actually going to crash into this. But if now I check this, nothing in the minecart. And if I check this, 64 dirt. What you can do it the other way around as well. This is a collect one. If you were to change collect to deposit, that would put blocks from the chest into the storage minecart. So you can imagine using these sort of blocks with different block IDs and loads of these chests. You could build yourself a completely automated minecart mining system. So you could be down in the mine, chucking everything into a storage container, send it on its way, and it will automatically sort it. So there we go. And that is pretty much it for Minecart Control. Obviously you can see there's lots of different things you can do. This unlike Minecart Mania, which I used before, will not affect the standard use of booster tracks and detection rails. So you can still use all your booster tracks, it's not going to affect that, and as you can see, you're going to have a lot of fun with this. So I think next we're going to go on to some of the smaller parts like bridges, doors and lifts. Right then guys, here's part 4. I'm going to do quite a few bits in this part 4 because they're all relatively small. Most of you already know about the lightable netherrack, which is quite awesome. Just toggle it on and off. But not many of you may know that pumpkins will also illuminate if they are powered by redstone. Lots of good stuff there. Obviously, with the netherrack, you could just make a big patch of redstone all over the floor and then cover it with netherrack, and it would ignite the whole lot at once. And if you were to combine those with some of these detection circuits over here, I'm sure you could have lots of fun with that. Next up, we have lifts and elevators, or lifts or elevators, depending if you're British or American. These are, again, pretty simple. Most of you know how to do these already, but I'll go through it anyway. Basically, it just involves signs with either lift up, in square brackets, or lift down. All you need to make sure is that they are on the same line. So the lift down is going to be exactly above the lift up sign, and there you go. You can have multiple signs. I could, make this go up about 20 floors and have a lift down and a lift up on every single floor, and it would work absolutely fine. We'll just go past my toggleable house. In fact, I'm going to turn it off. Bye bye. This one is light switches. Now, actually, I'll turn this back on because this illustrates a slight problem with it. What this does is you just put this eye in square brackets near some torches, and they will turn to redstone torches, obviously lowering the light level considerably in that area. Unfortunately, the area that it checks for torches in seems to be quite big, as you can see. If I turn these to redstone, it actually changes these ones over here to redstone as well. So don't do this anywhere near major redstone circuits. Now this is again quite simple. It's just a bridge in square brackets, and you have an identical someone signed into the vent. There we go. You have another identical one on the other side, bridge there. These can only be made out of certain blocks. I will post a list with this video of what blocks they can be made of, and when you right click, bang, it toggles it on and off. And again, these things can be toggled by redstone. What you can do, obviously this looks a bit ugly if you've got them there, these bridge signs can actually be put underneath the bridge, so you can stick it right there and it will make it a bit tidier. And again, gates, most of you know these, just create a nice frame, fill it completely with fence posts. At the moment it can only be made with wooden fence posts. I will modify the config to allow gates to be made out of the nether rack fence posts as well. And once again, these are powerable by redstone. as long as you get power to that sign. Obviously, I mean, usually if you're going to use a switch or a detection IC or something, you could actually bury the gate sign into the ground and it should still pick it up okay. But there you go. I mean, there's still, like I said, there's 90 odd integrated circuits that you can use. More for the the people who want to make big complicated redstone circuits. You can make a T flip-flop just using one of these, for example, instead of a 3 by 2 by 2 high circuit like you'd normally have to do. But there you go. So ICs, toggleable blocks, minecart control, lifts, toggleable areas, light switches, bridges, and gates. That covers pretty much everything. What I am going to do, I have protected all these little things. I will probably make a warp here. In fact, I'll do that now. Set warp, false book. You will not be able to break any of these things, but you have got use abilities, so you can have a look around, see how they're done, and muck about turning them on and off and things. So have fun and enjoy Falsebook.